Before I introduce him, I want to tell you what some of his accomplishments are. Hang on.
Bryant to the basket, inside.
I got to tell you some of the things he's done. After the first one, you're going to know who it is. You ready? He is the greatest Laker of all time. Five-time champion. The only guard to play with one team for 20 years.
Has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in. He banks in the three.
When you reflect on Kobe and his memory, what stands out?
Man, his realness. His realness, man. He was misunderstood, man. I asked him one time, Matt, I said, man, why are you such an asshole? I asked him that. And he said, you really want to know? You know how he was. Mm-hmm. And he said to me, Phil, man, some of my teammates don't understand the work. He said, so I see dudes walk into practice 10 minutes before practice and they leave right after. Why the fuck am I gonna pass them the basketball? I don't respect their work ethic. I'm in here busting my ass every day trying to perfect my craft, and these dudes don't want to work on their game. I don't trust them. So I'm not gonna pass them the basketball. I'm gonna ride them hard every day. It made perfect sense. When he really broke it down as to why he is the way he is with certain dudes, I was just like, man, I respect that, bro. I respect that. But his realness, in the sense of, he told me, he was like, look, man, you have an ability to connect with people. Do not concern yourself with what people think about you. And he told me that, man, and that sunk in. It sunk in. He said, look, you have to move the way you move. Just make sure you do your job. Make sure you're professional. Make sure you study the game. But don't be concerned with what people think about you. And that stuck with me ever since.
What Kobe Bryant was to me was the inspiration that someone truly cared about the way I played the game or the way that he wanted to play the game. He wanted to be the best basketball player that he could be.
Bryant on the drive. Kicks it into Bynum. Back out Bryant. Shot clock at 7. Bryant leads, falling away. Puts it in. Control of the series. Utah came back to down last year.
There are a handful of athletes who can't be summarized by their accomplishments. They're not described by their achievements. They create a feeling, indelible, iconic. Kobe Bryant was one of those.
I'm grateful to Vanessa and Bryant family for the opportunity to speak today. I'm grateful to be here to honor Gigi and celebrate the gift that Kobe gave us all. What he accomplished as a basketball player, as a businessman and a storyteller, and as a father. In the game of basketball, in life, as a parent, Kobe left nothing in the tank. He left it all on the floor.
In this league.
He was a pro at that. I laugh when you said the 5:45 thing because I automatically knew 5:45 in the morning because I used to have to go out to Orange County and What time you want me to meet you at the track? 5:15. I'm like, nigga, it's still dark. What are you talking about? Like, come on, man, we gotta run. We gotta run, then we gotta hit the gym. We hit the gym and lift so hard, I felt like I couldn't lift my arms up, but then we gotta go shoot for like 2 hours at like the grind.
So you experienced it, Matt.
I ran through it with him.
You experienced. People don't really understand like what that was about with him.
Yeah, he respected you. He fucked with you. If like I said, he had me come out there, we go work out, then we go have breakfast and everything. And like I said, I know he didn't let too many people do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be able to get that side of him was dope. And it's funny because I asked him the same question. I was like, why don't you ever show, I didn't say be an asshole. I was like, why don't you show the world how dope you are and how you are with us? And he looked at me and he said, I can't let them motherfuckers see that. You know what I mean? It was just like that constant always go because he, in the lot, Kobe is cool as fuck. I was talking shit to him. He would talk back. We'd all talk and joke on each other. But if you didn't see that, you would never know. He was probably similar to Kawhi. Bro. You would never know that that's what kind of shit he's on.
Man.
But I remember we were playing against the Lakers, Tom, and we were out here in LA. And, look, I always try to outwork people, right? That's just how I made my mark. So the game was at 7. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come to the Staples Center because we were playing. This is when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq. Okay, this is like the championship Lakers. So I'm going to get there at 3 o'clock. I want to make sure I make 400 made shots before I go back into the room, and then I sit in the sauna and I get ready for the game. So, get in the car, get to the gym, get there, and as I'm walking onto the court, who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant, already working out. Okay, it's kind of cool. It's Kobe. It's like Kobe, And so I put my sneakers on, and you ever get lost in what you do, or you end up, it's been an hour and a half. I'm here, I'm in it. So once I set my foot across that line, I started working out. And so I worked out for a good hour and a half. And when I came off, after I was done, I sat down, and of course I still heard the ball bouncing. I looked down, I'm like, this guy's still working out? He was working out for it looks like he was in a dead sweat when I got here, right. And he's still going. And it's not like his moves are nonchalant or lazy. He's doing like game moves, right. I sit there and I unlace my shoes. I'm like, I want to see how long this goes. So I sit out there and watch, another 25 minutes. And he got done. I was like, okay, I think I've seen enough. Go play, come back, get in the sauna, get ready for the game. That game, he drops 40 on us. Whoa. Okay? And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand, like, why he works like that. Right. So after the game is over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. And I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you. Wow. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not saying I dislike you as a person. You inspire me to be better. Right. And it was the first time I started to see this level of competitiveness where I said, I need to start doing more. Right. Wow.
The stories, I remember at USA Basketball, first practice, he looked like, I don't want to say old, but he looked like, I was like, man, am I seeing like the end? It's like he's starting to decline. I didn't tell anybody that. I would never say that out loud. But I was just thinking in my head, because he just wasn't moving, as well as he was. He was missing a lot of shots, middle of summer, so whatever. But then I found out he had gone on like a 40-mile bike ride at like 11 p.m. that night, got in at like 2 a.m., and then he was in the weight room when I got down there at 7:30. So, it was funny to me, very fitting to me. I was like, in my head, I was too scared to say it to anybody else, but I was like, man, am I seeing like the decline? I was like, oh no, he's just worked out for 40 hours straight.
When Kobe Bryant died, a piece of me died. And as I look in this arena and across the globe, a piece of you died, or else you wouldn't be here. Those are the memories that we have to live with and we learn from. I promise you, from this day forward, I will live with the memories of knowing that I had a little brother that I tried to help in every way I could. Please, rest in peace, little brother.